In the $1,700 price range, we can now run 3 sets of high channels and 11, yes, 11 channels of Oro 3D with the new Denon X3800H. Let's talk about it. What's up, YouTube? How are you doing today? Chana D, your Techno Dad here, and I'm super excited to check out all the new versatility that Denon brings with the X3800H. Now, I do not have one in-house, but I was poking around the manual a little bit, and I found a few interesting things, so let's get into it. First, let's do a quick overview of what has changed from the 3700H to the new 3800H. Obviously, the price is $1,699, so $1,700. And this time around, you get 6 HDMI 2.1 ports at 40 gigabits bandwidth. And you also get 4 independent subwoofer outputs. Next year, you'll be able to upgrade this AVR to direct live, whether it's the limited at 259 or the full bandwidth at 349. That should be coming next year. But what I really am stoked about is Oro 3D. Now, the addition of Oro 3D to this level of an AV receiver has never been done before. This is the first one of its kind. Normally, it would be the 4700 or 4800 H, which will be in the $2,200 price range. So now the barrier for Oro 3D has come down to $1,700. Of course, you do get Dolby Atmos, DTS:X, and IMAX Enhanced as well. So we are looking at a very feature-rich, very versatile AV receiver in the X3800. Now, as far as a Dolby Atmos configuration, we can now run a 5.1.6, which means you can have 3 sets of height channels, front, mid, and rear, with 5 bed layers. Now, you're probably like, Techno Dad, that's not a big deal. But it is. To be able to run 3 sets of height channels, the minimum requirement was to have the Denon X3700H, which is what I have down here. That runs at $3,300. The 3800H is coming in half the price. Yes, the 6700H will process 13 channels, so it's a different monster altogether. But the 3800H will allow you to run 11 channels with 5 bed layer and 6 high channels, and I think that is huge, huge. You're probably asking yourself, cool, are you sure about this? Yes, let's go check out how to do this. In the amp assign screen, you will need to set the assign mode at the top of your screen to 11.1. The next thing is to set floor to 5 channels and height speakers to 6 channels. In this diagram here, we've got a mixture of height channels and in-ceiling for the middle heights. So select your height speaker configuration and designate your external amplifier. With the X3800H, you can now select either from front, left, and right, height 2, left and right, or surround back, left and right for external amplification. I would recommend externally amplifying the front, left, and right like in this diagram. This means you will connect the third set of height channels, middle height, left and right, to surround back, left and right. Now, the next configuration is an 11-channel Oro 3D setup, including the Voice of God channel and the center height channel. And again, previously, you weren't able to set up those 2 speakers together unless you had the Denon X6700H, which is double the price. So definitely a welcome addition to an AVR that is below $2,000. So let's check out how you do that. Again, to set it up, you need to have the assign mode in 11.1. The floor needs to be set to 5 channels, height speakers set to 6 channel. Then you set your height front layout to front height and center height, and then set middle layout to surround height and top surround. Now, in this diagram, they show surround heights, which I wouldn't use because when you do that with Dolby Atmos, you bump it down to just having 2 height channels, your front height channels. So I would not do that. I would recommend going with rear height with the top surround and the front height with the center height as well. So that's how I would do it personally. As far as connections are concerned, you'll connect the center height speaker to the surround back right speaker terminal, and the Voice of God channel will be using the surround back left speaker terminal on the back of the X3800. And again, you can externally power the center height and Voice of God channel, or height 2 left and right, or front, left, and right. So there you have it, everyone. The new versatility in the Denon X3800H really makes it the AVR to watch in the coming months. and I believe at $1,700, this is probably the AVR a lot of you have been waiting for. Until next time, we'll see you. Peace.
Me.